Ironwood Games. This is Andrew, and I decided to try another run on Monster Train. It's been a while since I've done this, and I do enjoy this game. I want to look at the logbook real quick and see what I haven't accomplished yet, and so maybe we'll do something there. So, looks like I'm going to try an Awoken Hellhorned run here, since we don't have that victory yet. So let's go standard run, new run. And we're going to do, here we go, Awoken Hellhorned. And let's depart. Alright, so I do remember the last one we did, and the reason I haven't done it was just felt so bad. Our final boss just destroyed our strategy, and we got all the way to the end with a great run, and then just destroyed. So I'm gonna pay more attention here. Okay, so Seraph attacks every turn is all this one does. And melee weakness, so attacks seem bad on that. Nothing critical here. Let's see what we want to do with our champion. Let's see, the Awoken. We have Explosive or Cultivating here. Revenge triggers when damaged. Cultivate 1. Draw +1 each turn. Drawing more cards seems good. Rejuvenate is a heal trigger, which will deal damage. Let's go with Cultivating. Let's go with the draw. Ooh, interesting. So when a card with Consume is played, restore 5 Pyre health. Or we can conserve Ember between turns. With drawing extra cards, it's more likely we'll spend all of our Ember and not be conserving it. Although this could allow us to get some bigger combos and things off and get those X spells really big for some winners. But let's go with Consume. That looks interesting. We'll prioritize, I guess, Consume spells and not be afraid of that. We're going to turn on the trial, getting some early drafts and getting some of these things in can be helpful. And in the first round, that extra attack, they're usually weak enough that the extra damage they do doesn't matter, because we can hopefully kill them all before they can kill us. So, put out that, so we will be able to kill 2 guys here if we torch 1. And we don't have enough room for another train steward, so we'll put you up there and end our turn. That will kill you, and we'll just regen here. This is not gonna go well. My champion doesn't have any attack. So that's where we're not able to just run through them. So with no other champions right now, I don't mind taking the 5 with assuming we use consumes. We'll do dash, restore, end our turn here. This 5 we can get regenerated from our refracting lens. Let's do that. Let's get rid of a weight so that doesn't hurt us, and we will give some health. And we've got, all right, train steward, torch you, and we will get rid of weight of contrition. Do as much damage as we can before we get to the fire room. We survived. We took a lot more damage than I would have liked to have taken to the pyre, but we'll have ways to reverse that with our refracting lens. I do like Sting, I think, is just a really good card there. I don't know that the fledgling imp is good, but let's take it as an early imp. Maybe we get more imps in our Hellhorned. Husk Hermit I really do like. Let's see, Rail Beater, I don't know if we've played this guy yet. And then Branded Warrior. Let's take the Rail Beater, that sounds fun. A little something different, and try some things. So we can forge units to gain new powers, forge your spells. I want to get a Hellhorned unit. Since we did take that one imp, I want to see if maybe we can get some more. So this is going to let us give something consume. Which I am, I think, going to do to one of my torches. The Keepstone is interesting to get hold over, and the Emberstone is definitely interesting as well to reduce a cost. I am gonna put it here on this same torch. So if we do get a copy card spell, I have a good card to copy. Right now I'm not too worried about purging. I don't think we have a ton of things. Maybe when we get some more warriors. So here we have the Branded Warrior or the Horned Warrior. Just a 34. Or the 10-5 with Rage 4. Yeah, let's take him. Seems just a little bit better than kind of the vanilla guy. Alright, Pyre Absorbers. Get stronger when spells are cast. I really hate spikes. Since we're gonna try and deal with these through attacks, since they get stronger with spells, I'm not gonna turn this trial on. Doing that last one cost us a little bit more than I would have liked. So what I'm gonna do, I think we're just gonna put everybody on this first floor. I want to do this guy last so I get the rage trigger here, and then I'm just gonna torch. Since torching here won't kill this guy, I'm just gonna torch the cleric. Yeah, he gets the incant, so he gets a little stronger, but that's fine. Okay, so we can't put the branded warrior down here. We can torch, which again incants this guy and makes him a little bit stronger, but I think we can deal with that. We'll kill him off, and then we'll put the branded warrior up here. This feels a little bad. He's gonna be kind of wasted up on the top, but we do get our 50 gold on that. Actually, since our torch is free and we get to heal our pyre a little bit, we will use that consume right there. Just in case we don't draw it again and get to use it on another turn. So here with the respite, I'm just gonna put out my units. So that was a pretty good time to draw those guys. I don't think we have any more space for my other train steward, so that's fine. I'm gonna just kill this guy off. It does increase him a little bit, but I think we'll be able to finish him off before we get to before he gets to the pyre. So one thing that would be nice is to get our champion some attack, or spikes, or something, since he's got a lot of health, and we'd like to have him out front to get that revenge trigger. And he does eventually, with his revenge trigger, he will pump himself, as we saw there when that goes on long enough. But he tends to pump some of the other guys first. Restoration Detonation is such a good card, and it does damage and heals at the same time. Steel Enhancer can be good if we put it out on like our defender or our champion out in the front. And it is a free. Yeah, let's take it. I think I'm going to take the imp. Again, we're kind of taking some imps here, because with our 2 space units, we end up with that 1 extra space. Like we saw here, we can get that imp on the bottom floor there. So having a couple of imps that can kind of sneak on at the end. isn't bad. We could restore 20 pyre health. We're only down by 8. We do have 1 consume spell that will, if we keep playing that, we'll grow that. So I'm going to go on this side. I don't think the pyre is worth it. Here we go. A Surge Stone and another Ember Stone. So again, the same options we had before. I like the Sting. I don't really want to consume the Sting because it's free, so I don't mind drawing it, where consuming cards gets them out so we don't draw them as frequently. I am debating putting it on the Restore, or just taking another Torch up to the level we had so we can duplicate it. But we already have 1 to duplicate, so I'm going to put it on the Restore. And I think instead of reducing its cost to 0, I'm going to reduce the cost of a torch. Is that what I want to do? I think we can use holdover and cost reduction to get a free spell. Withdrawing extras with our champion. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So this essentially is free, and we draw it again for another free, which apply regen 2. That way, we still only have 21 cards. We could purge a Train Steward, but I don't know that we really care enough right now to do that. Let's see. Awoken Hollow with another Cultivate. I do really like him. I'm going to take the Awoken Hollow. Let's see what the Concealed Caverns has. Yeah, I really like this game. I forgot, and it's been a while. Alright, Fisher's Unstable. Absorb from a card. Copy a card. Throw something in. Copy a card 5 times. So this seems way better. I don't know if this is going to let me choose and this is going to be random, because otherwise there seems like no downside here, other than we're just going to want to start purging cards, because if we just duplicate all the torches, we're just gonna, I mean, they're all consumes, so that's not bad. I mean, the other thing we could do is these free restores, but then they don't give us that consume effect. I don't want to do this one because there's still slots, and then I have to spend the other slots. So I want to do the torch. And now I have a good deck with a bunch of consumes, so we can recover a lot of health off of our thing. And this is where we might go back and purge a card just to reduce what we have. So let's see, we have our champion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other creatures, and our 2 imps, which we only need 6 of those. He takes up 2 slots with our imps, so we can definitely get rid of a train steward. And we can get rid of a boring torch. I'm going to get rid of a train steward over the torch, just because the torches, once we play the creatures out, the torches we can keep playing and all those other consumes kind of go away. So we're gonna hopefully be able to make quick work of our enemies with all of our high damage spells. Alright, friendly units enter with sap 1. Okay, so it decreases their attack. Talos attacks every turn and applies dazed on strike. Okay. So for the first turn, they're weak. Talos is going to attack. I could use this to take off one of these enemies, but I would lose so much of the damage here since they only have 1 health, that I'm just going to use it on Talos as a consume. That gains us a little bit of our pyre health back, and we do get to regen 1, which helps with our attack here. The Revenge definitely puts up some good strength. Here we can consume there, since that doesn't waste it and lets us kill 2 of these guys. Leaving Talos here by herself, nothing will get attacked there. So if we do this, we get to kill 1 of these units. I think we use our other torch consume. We don't have to use it now if we're worried about regaining health from the pyre. We can also, let's see, if we summon this right here, we'll deal the damage to the enemy units and clear that row off, which is nice. We can sting here, and now this row is pretty well taken care of. We'll restore here with another regen. Yeah, I think we're going to hold on to this torch consume just in case our pyre takes some damage or we need it to apply some late damage later. It doesn't let us thin our deck out a little bit, but we've got some of our units out. We're drawing extra cards. This is definitely going to let us heal up, which we like. Yeah, he's dead to this. We don't mind getting 1 revenge attack in. Let's fill up that row. Let's put a train steward. I don't know if we want to do that or not. Let's see. Steel enhancer. We're going to restore there, so let's put a steel enhancer there. I kind of want to keep my units, again, as I start to thin out the deck a little bit. We are going to apply the restore here, in that rejuvenate gives him the regen. I think I am just going to use the torch to thin the deck just a little bit, and we'll keep some of our units in case some of these guys die out and we need to replace them. Okay, so haste is always problematic. This is the guy that gives haste. Haste lets them move up, skip a level, which means they would pass through this. So here we are going to play our holdover to give him some regenerate. We can torch this guy. Here I will just, well, for the sake of it, and get that sap out of the way, we'll put up a train steward here. The other reason I don't want to put too many creatures up here is Talos attacks each turn, and if I only have one guy, they're just absorbing damage without much payoff. Again, I'm going to hold on to the consume spell until we need it. We have quite a few cards in our deck still, but we're drawing a good amount. Yeah, see, and this is where I said if Talos goes up here and deals 6 damage, that kind of feels bad. So let's evaluate what we have. We definitely want to do the restore here. So these guys are dead. I don't take too much damage. So I think stinging here makes the most sense. I think we'll restore and torch here. These will come back because we can. And yeah, I'm going to use this one here just to start reducing the health of our leader here. Alright, and so this is our final wave. So we're definitely going to rejuvenate and hold over. Let's consume. It looks like this will be able to finish her off. Just because I want to get the regen stacks on him if we have to go to the next level. But I think we have enough damage on this level in defense that we will kill Talos off. And then thanks to our refracting lens, we are back at full health. So Cycle of Life is interesting. Could definitely help our champion or our other awakened unit. Spreading spores is definitely interesting, is that it spreads and later on lets us do some things. It costs 2, which is a little problematic, but we could try and reduce that cost, give it some benefits to make it worth it. Again, Cycle Light costs 3, which is why I'm kind of not leaning towards it. If it did some regen as well, I might be more inclined towards it. And then there's this other consume card, which gives armor. However, we got all those consumes with that copy of the 5 of those, and I don't think this armor is worth enough. I think I'm going to take the spreading spores and see if we can't make something interesting happen with that. So I really do love this Awoken Hollow. I don't know that I want more than 2. I could see taking a second one. The Branded Warrior's been pretty good. And as a 2, works with our imps and replaces a Train Steward a little bit better. And does work really well behind an Awoken Hollow. So we're going to take the Branded Warrior. And here with those imps and the things, we might increase our capacity. I've never used this one, or I don't use this a lot. The drawing 1 would be nice to cycle through some of our things, but we've got our consumes that really reduce that down. The extra pyre or ember can be good, but again, we're kind of reducing, and we've got a lot of zeros and free things. So we're going to take the capacity, and we're going to try and do that. So now we can get a lot more interesting things going. So this is a interesting choice. We can get some gold and duplicate a card and a Hellhorned unit, which is what we just took. Or we can get an artifact, remove 2 cards, and get an Awoken Banner. We have 28 cards. If we discount all of the consumes and realize 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we really only have 21 cards. I don't know if I hate the idea of getting rid of 2 Train Stewards. We would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our creatures, with a couple of imps kind of fills that out. And we'll be picking up another creature. Is there anything I really want to duplicate right now without having upgraded it? And I already have a bunch of these torches. I'd like to upgrade this before we duplicate it. I don't think so. I think we're going to go on this path here. We'll get an artifact. This is very interesting. Summon abilities trigger an additional time. I'm going to take that. I know we've got some of the Branded Warriors. Oh, I thought those were summons for 4. The Molting Imp and the Fledgling Imp have the summon effects. The Awakened Hollow has a summon effect on that, so we'll keep that in mind. That artifact still just seems interesting. Let's look at what we can get here. Quick. Attacks enemy units before. So that's always fun. The Husk Hermit. I think I'm going to take Husk Hermit as some of our cultivate things. Put this with this cultivate character, and he's going to grow his strength. We could skip, but we do want to take one so that we can get rid of those 2 Train Stewards, as we said. So we'll remove a Train Steward and remove a Train Steward. So that puts us at about 20 cards, 7 consume cards, and we'll upgrade our champion. I really, neither one of these give us any attack by default. The spikes is interesting, but I really want to get this draw +2. I think with what we've got going on and that, I think just drawing more cards seems really good. And we'll keep going. All right, Clip Tormentors. Oh, these ones have penance. All right. Non-boss enemies get multi-strike, which I don't know that I like. We do get a random artifact. Let's try it. Those artifacts can be really good. We do have a lot of ways to kind of kill guys off. This multi-strike on 0 doesn't matter. So we do have 6. We can put all 3 of our characters down here. Which I think we'll do. I want to put the Husk Hermit in front since he has better defense. And we could do the damage here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. We could kill this guy and not take any damage. The reason I want to do this front guy is it's 2 damage, but it's actually 1 times 2, which gives 2 revenge triggers, which will buff this floor. Which will, I think, buff our branded warrior first, and then, yeah, it'll be... So I think that will be the best. We're going to restore and apply the regen 1 just so we end up only taking 1 damage. We get the revenge. Alright, so now... this guy is interesting. I don't know that he causes us any problems. The Awakened Hollow can take care of him. I think we'll put the Rail Beater out here to shield him until we can get his health up. However, I will start rejuvenating him. And I want to put the Branded Warrior up here just to get the gold, I think. And that's a fine turn. So again, all these revenge attacks here, we will start getting needing to kind of improve that damage there, but we're in a really good spot. I want to do this. We can consume a couple to deal with this guy. I don't know that that's necessary. So we've got 3 consumes for 66, which means we can take out this guy. He dies to the sweep. Yeah, I think let's do that. Let's consume, just to keep our health here. Torch. I think we want to just get regen stacks on him. On that, I don't think Consuming this torch doesn't change our math on anything here, so we're just going to go with this. We will take a couple of hits here, but that's okay because he gets his revenge bonuses. And we can see our guy in the back gets really strong. Our sweep guy is going to get increased soon. So this row will take care of itself. We want to keep these regen stacks on. So I could... Oh, let me pause real quick, guys. My phone is ringing. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I'm waiting for a call, but I'm also trying to avoid spam calls, and so I don't know. I don't think that was the number I was looking for, or I'm waiting for. Again, we're just trying to figure out how to best use our 3. We have 4 spells here. I'll be honest, the torch, just getting rid of this guy, since he does 12 damage. Yeah, he gives us revenge triggers, but the 12 damage seems like more than we need to be taking. I don't mind if we don't get both of these guys. So I'm just gonna get some regen stacks going here. And then we'll figure out which of our creatures we want to apply this to. I think I'm going to put Steel Enhancer on our sweep. The downside with that is it does take him longer to qualify for the buffs here. So if we put it on my rage, we start getting those buffs split here sooner. So let's do that. And then let's decide, we could put the Fledgling Imp here and fill up this row, and it applies Rage 3. And I think we'll do that. I decided we'll do that. Consuming that doesn't change the math. That doesn't change the math. We'll keep our consumes for later, just in case our Pyre takes some damage when we sneak through here. Alright, a brief respite is always nice. We want to, again, keep our stacks going. This consume is interesting, and I want to use it here just to keep him alive a little bit longer, since the boss is coming up. We could summon our imp, but it doesn't do, his summon that triggers twice doesn't do anything right now. We could consume a couple of things, but I don't think they do anything. I'm going to use my Sting just because it's free and we draw an extra card, and I will deal the damage. We're going to keep our consume spells for, again, where they might change the math or end up mattering. Okay, so these guys dealing the damage, yeah, definitely don't bother us at all. Let's keep his stack of regen going. I will consume on you because I just want to kill you. Do that. And we'll give you some more regen stacks. And we'll put a train steward up here because why not? And it looks like this will finish off before they even move up. The sweep's going to kill the other two guys. We take a little bit of damage, but we get a bunch of revenge triggers. So far I like the build we've got here. The only maybe things I would like would be a little more healing power. Just the healing 2 each time on our couple of guys that do take damage or that grow their health isn't a ton. Hammered chest plates, friendly units get +3. Sure, that seems fine. That actually works with kind of what we're doing. I don't know. Oh, now they're calling my other line. Hang on, guys. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. That is the store line. I had my email open, so it was calling through Gmail there. The store is currently closed, so we are not expecting any calls on that line. So it's either someone trying to find out where we're located, which we're currently not located anywhere, or a wrong number, or someone trying to sell us something which we don't need right now. So internet or a better long distance phone plan or something. So let's get back to our discussion here. Restore 10 health to unit and descend it is interesting. I really don't use the ascend and descend mechanics a bunch. I don't know that they're good. And I don't know that it's optional. If it was optional, this would definitely be good. I also don't know what happens if there's not enough space. If it was 1, I would take it just to find out, but I think it's just going to clutter up our deck. We don't really need... Well, drawing more cards would seem good. I don't know that I need another unit on this. None of these seem good, and I'm just going to take the gold. Having some gold later on is good. Some of the stuff gets expensive. So we have Branding Right, deal 5 damage, apply, summon, return a random consume spell to your hand. Well, that seems really good with what we're doing, especially since it triggers twice with our other artifacts. Move a unit to the front and apply armor 10. Yeah, usually I set up the units the way I want them, and I don't have any problem with needing to rearrange them. So we're going to take the Impish Scholar. That gives us our 3rd Imp, which we know kind of helps out those things. So we have another Vortex or Health. And then we've got the Concealed Caverns versus an Artifact. This is an interesting choice. The Pyre's not really going to do anything. What would I get rid of with the Vortex? This is a call that I need to take, so... Okay, and I'm back. Sorry again about that, guys. I don't normally get this many phone calls when I'm recording. I guess it is earlier in the day where school's on spring break, so I'm not teaching this week, so I guess I'm recording earlier than I normally do on that. So let's see. We were trying to figure out what we would ditch to the Vortex. And I think the answer is probably like restores. One more train steward, maybe? What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do have our 6 characters for the 3 levels plus our 3 imps. So it's not urgent to get rid of train steward, but we could get rid of train steward. And I think it ultimately would depend on what we get as our magic. So the other question is, it all depends on what kind of shows up in there, but do we want to upgrade units? We don't need to. None of our units are in like desperate need of anything particular. We've got a lot of variety of, depending on what we have, of how we could upgrade our spells. Hopefully getting more of that. And then our random artifact, I feel like is going to be better than the Concealed Caverns. You never know with these, and sometimes you get things that aren't always a good choice. If this is a not useful, then that's fine. We could get a choice of artifacts here. We're going to go and, well, first of all, we're going to get the artifact. When you play your 3rd card of the turn, draw 1. And then whenever you play a spell that would ascend or descend an enemy unit, also apply daze 2. So we don't have any things that move enemy units around. I wonder if one of the other factions we haven't seen yet has more of those. I haven't seen a lot of cards that do that for the enemies. Winged Steel is just going to be good, again, letting us draw through our deck, as we don't mind having more cards. We might not even ditch the 2nd card to the Unstable Vortex, depending on what we see here. So, Permafrost is interesting. It stays in our hand. The Power Stone, I would really like to put on one of these restores. As we said, upgrading some restores is going to be really good. The Emberstone, I'm going to put on Spreading Spores because I desperately want to bring that cost down. Having a bunch of 1s and 0s seems really good. And then Permafrost. I don't know that we have any cards that we draw enough cards, we cycle through things that we're like, oh, we need to keep this for the right turn. No, I don't think we need a Permafrost. And here we're going to go to the Unstable Vortex, and we are going to decide we are going to get rid of a Train Steward. I'm tempted to get rid of a Torch. But I don't want to because we've got enough draw and things, and we're just going to cycle through our deck pretty quickly once we get rid of our consumes. I don't know that we have any reason to get rid of another card, so I think we're just going to do the 1. And let's go on into battle and see how that does for us. Okay. Use spells in higher floors to take them out. Sneaky Clipped. So I think they start at random floors on this Hidden Assault. Non-boss enemy units restore all health when they move up a floor. We do get a random artifact. It seems kind of... suspect. Oh, the Silent Marksman. Okay, so it can't be a target. He gains armor. We have 65 health, 2 health there. and 500 health. The non-boss. So if these are the only 2 enemies, sure, let's try it. Let's try this trial. The thing with the trials is we just have to play to them. And here, this is interesting just because these aren't targets this turn. That's fine. We're going to put our Sentient here. We're going to put our Husk Hermit here, which will be able to kill them. I don't really want to consume on these guys since they'll all die here. However, I don't really want to take 21 damage either. We do have another turn to kind of figure that out and deal with them. So I'm going to put some plus on that. Yeah, we just drew our 3rd spell, but it was just to consume. And again, I don't want to... I mean, we could just kill these guys off, but I'd rather use these on the guys that have a lot more health. Okay. So here we go. What we want to do, I would love to get more guys down here, but I don't have that ability. He will be able to kill everybody. So the Awoken Hollow is going to go here. You're going to get Regen and Spikes. And I think we're just going to... Oh, no, did I mess this up? Because you're going to take 21 damage. Yeah, that will... Okay, keep you alive. Okay, so on that draw 2, it might be important to think about using our zeros to trigger those. Okay, so he's alive still. That's fine. This is going to be kind of a tough one. Okay, this is interesting now. We can definitely torch you guys. I am going to rejuvenate. Yeah, we don't have enough to kill any of them. He's still alive. Let's kill one of those guys. And then we'll put a rail beater up here that can... deal with one of these guys. So we can... We're doing 29 to him out of the 52 if we deal 10 because it's free. He's now has 42. And I think consuming one of these will lethal him off. And then we only have one big guy to worry about in our last round here. Okay. So this one has not gone as great just because we drew our units in a weird order. And these stealth units are kind of, we have to prioritize the second floor because of them a little bit. But that's not bad. So we want to see... Deal 5 damage to enemy units, which we will do just to get rid of this guy here. We're going to restore to, again, improve your regen. Don't know if putting it on you is gonna do enough. Do we want to put it on... That's gonna pump him. Let's put it on the sweeper. Yeah, we get to draw a card. So again, I want a spreading spores. So you have 67, and I'm dealing 10. I only have one consumed spell, so one thing I'm considering is consuming another spell to return both of them to my hand. And that would be 22, 66. I think if they go back to my hand, as I'm being led to believe, yes, then I can use them both to finish this guy off. And if I didn't use them on that turn, they'd get shuffled back in. I could use them again, but the fact that I can use them on that turn, and they don't regenerate he doesn't regenerate his health on the backup, I can actually finish him off, is good. Oh, if we have survived this onslaught somehow, I am very happy about that. I think we're gonna put our branded warrior here. Can I put another in? Yes, we can. So I'm gonna have 4 on this row. That's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna rejuvenate, and we've got... I'm gonna consume this. I think he's not gonna die and he's gonna make it up to the next row, which is fine. Because we can put a unit down. That's 28. That's 50. That should kill him off. Deal damage to the front unit. Hold over. I am at this point just going to consume because we are so close to the end that I just want to cycle through my cards because it's the boss, so it's going to go all the way before we draw, and that way we're getting as much as we can off of each draw, because we get 2 more draws essentially, so there's no reason to hold on to consume spells. And we need to use them on the boss. We want to kill the boss as much as possible. So the stealth guy on the first row with the boss is problematic and does kind of hurt a lot. The sweep guy is going to kill him on his first attack here. But that's fine. We've got plenty of room here. We'll actually torch him just to get rid of him so he doesn't do any damage. We'll hold over here. Sting. I want to spreading spores and spikes. And I think that should be enough to finish him off. Is this level 5? So we have a mini boss on the next one, and then we've got 4 more altogether, so 3 more after that. Ooh, my Scholarly Imp got to put in the finishing touch. Okay, so we got... through that, we did get friendly units enter with Rage 3. Hey, that's fun. So, Preserved Thorns adds 3 stink spells to my hand, which is really good. Or we could get Awake, restore 30 health, apply regen 3. Which is good, but at 3 it costs just so much. I'm going to get the Preserved. Those spikes are really good. Reinforce doesn't do anything. March of Shields doesn't do anything. The Pyre Chomper is interesting. That we gain some embers, but I don't think it does enough. I'm just going to take the gold. Doesn't necessarily fit in with what I'm trying to do. So again, we've got choices here. We've got gold and units. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna take this path with the gold. Let's see what we can get on upgrading spells. What is... Okay, double stack would let us get regen 4 and spikes 4, but it does cost 2. It adds an extra cost to it. And we already have 1 cost reduction. The other thing we could do is we could put the other cost reduction on here and just make this free. And just... draw a bajillion cards. I think I'm going to put it on the Consume Restore. Because it does apply Regen 2. It costs 1 more. It's such a hard, like, I really want to put it on here, but I would love this to be free. Let's see, can I come back and look at this? Okay, so we want to upgrade another Restore. I know that for sure, to be more powerful. I really do want to make these Spreading Spores free. Yep. And then if the only thing we can apply it to is some restores, I don't know that it's worth it. Adding the cost for an extra regen is not worth it. So let's leave. Do we want to purge anything? I don't think we do. I think we're pretty happy with what we've got. Yeah, I'm going to keep it here. We've got a lot of cards, but we've got those consume cards. Alright, so let's go to this mini-boss. Dispel the wings of light. Sculpt warriors become winged once more, creating statues in her form image to block your assault. Alabaster Guardians have multi-strike. Fel empowers units with rage. Oh, okay, so she gives them rage. Okay, so we start with these Guardians. Yeah, I remember how this works. We have to... They don't move, so we have to chew through them before we do anything else. So let's just kill a thing. So if we use a consume... I don't necessarily want to put my Husk Hermit... Oh yeah, I can put it... Husk Hermit is the one I want to... I thought it was the other one. So Husk Hermit I can put here after my thing. We do get to draw one more card. That's good. It's a nice creature, but it doesn't do anything for us right now. I don't care about the Guardians. They don't do anything. I don't need to fight them off. Eventually we start to put in our ranks here. We'll get them. The Impish Scholar does make me lean a little bit towards wanting to use some consumes. Because we could... Okay, so hear me out here. We could consume, which would be 44. 88 if we Impish Scholar to get them back. And do it again, and we get rid of the only thing that's dealing any damage. But then we don't get our revenge trigger. This is 1963. One more would get through that, which would still let us get our attack. We'd have to put the Impish Scholar on the top, which is then vulnerable. But do we care? No. All right, so let's do it. Let's just because this gives us certainty in what those two are that we're getting back. And I think I'm just going to use it on this last one just to wear it down because it's the only one we have creatures on here. Okay. We do want to get rid of the statues because they do accumulate things, and that's bad. Okay, so we can, let's see, Awakened Hollow up here, Branded Warrior, Steel Enhancer. Let's draw a card and see what we get. Really don't want to take the damage here. Um, so I think we're gonna consume so that way we can just deal damage here. You're dead. I kind of want to put a branded warrior here, but then is that worth it? I don't know that I want to put it there. This row's full. Oh, that gains 10 armor. That was silly. Okay, that didn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm gonna put the torch isn't do enough to make it worth it, and I feel like I'm taking a lot longer on this run than I normally do, guys. And I apologize if this has gotten too long and uninteresting, but I am having fun with it. I think I'm just trying to get back into the mindset of what we need on this one. To do it, so you're almost dead. What do you need? You need a restore. Restore. I think I'm going to leave this middle lane empty for right now. I don't mind you getting up there. I can heal the pyre. It'll finish you off. So I'm gonna use. Oh, this has the incant though, huh? Oh no, this is slay. So yeah, I am just gonna finish you off because I don't want to take 12 damage. And I have one consume that I could spend here, but I don't need to. Yeah, I think this will be fun. Because yeah, you'll go up, you get to hurt our pyre a little bit. And then the pyre finishes you off. I can use a consume to gain that back. I'm really waiting for a hand with decent enemies to put on, or characters to put on that one. Okay, hold over. Yeah, we will apply the regen here. And do I care about taking that? No. Do that. We get to draw a card that way. I am going to use the consume to restore health there. The reason I don't care is I just don't want to take damage here on this one, and I just need better units. So I think I will just apply a torch here just to make him a little bit easier to deal with. Yeah, I am gonna consume that just to thin the deck out, be more likely to have draw a hand of creatures in some combination that works. 1, 2, 3. survive. Okay. Yuck. Oh, he has sweep is part of why he is so obnoxious. So let's sting him. Soon that will put our pyre back. Keep this row alive. Now we have... This is also a sweep. Just rejuvenate. Rejuvenate and call it a day. Yeah, we're gonna need to focus on this alabaster statue at some point. So let's start here. Hold over. Spreading spores. Torch. We get a fledgling imp. Do 2 damage. We'll add the 3 stings. So sting, sting, sting. And torch. 1 consume will kill that off. He's dying. Yeah, we'll just torch here. Again, it doesn't matter if all of our units survive. We just want to minimize damage to the pyre and get to our survive the boss. So we've got 1 more rain. We want to see what we can do. So if we go Rail Beater, Imp, Sting here. I think he's dead. We'll reach in here. Spreading spores. And we can deal some more damage, or I think we'll just restore some health. I think this gets us pretty much through the waves. Keeps our pyre at full health, and we'll be able to survive with all of my units alive to the final boss. And we've got 2 draws to get something else for our 3rd row here. So we will see. Do we have a... Sure. We'll just get you. That'll kill him for sure. we just want to put as much on him as possible. And I think that's enough to finish it off. I mean, I know it is. It tells me, it does the math for me. It shows that he'll die. But I like to be efficient. Or overkill. Less than efficient. I guess efficient would be getting him just to the point of death and stopping. So I like to go for the overkill. Alright, we did it! Channel Song looks interesting. Cycle of Life is interesting. Reinforce looks not good. Yeah, I think Channel Song can be interesting. I think we're good on units. We draw a lot. I'm wondering if we should just get the extra Ember just to be able to play more things early on, and I'm going to do that. It's done. We decided, I convinced myself in my 10 seconds of thinking. Yeah, we're going to go here on this side to duplicate and get an artifact and do that. We don't... we could look at some selection of artifacts, but we don't need the health. The gold might not be worth it, so let's see what we get as an artifact. Regen is definitely something we use a lot of, so we're going to get the bloating fungus. It regens, every stack gets +1, so it regens twice, or double. Instead of 1 HP, we regain 2 HP, which is important for us. I want to go to the Concealed Caverns first, just in case we pick up a card or upgrade a card before we decide what to duplicate. A Penance Yard comes into view, a truly terrible sight. Dead Hellborn from across the 9 rings of hell are strung up as an atonement, just for existing. At the base of these awful contraptions are some familiar blights, but peeking through you can see something of value underneath. The Rebel. Which pile do you inspect further? So, the one with the Ember, playing a Blight card, deals 120 damage to the front enemy unit. So we would play it one time for 120 damage for that. The Massive Stones. Gain Penitent Remains. When summoned, friendly units get +2 for every Blight card in your deck. So unplayable, unpurgeable. Does give all of our units a plus. We're drawing a lot, so I don't know that having one dead card is bad. Let's see, the Broken Shards. When you play a Blight card, restore 5 Pyre health. Reserve. Your Pyre takes 1 damage. Yeah, Vengeful Shard doesn't seem that good. I'm gonna go with the Massive Stones. If this was like a free spell or something, maybe. Otherwise, it seems like it's gonna be the same thing. I'm just gonna be cycling through it, waiting for a time when 120 makes a huge difference. And so I think I'm just gonna take this. We are drawing enough that I think we don't mind having one dead card. Very rarely have we been playing all the cards in our hand. Lately anyways. So we can duplicate. Oh, we got 3 dead weights. I guess I should read and see, but that's fine. We're going to duplicate another card here. I could duplicate a champion. We do have, with that extra slot now, we are getting some decent things. I could duplicate the spreading spores. I could duplicate one of our consume torches. I could duplicate one of my restores with the regen. I think I'm going to duplicate the Sting because it draws us that extra card, and drawing cards is just what we want to be doing right now. I could also duplicate the Preserved Thorns because that's 3 stings. However, if I look at my units, I don't know that there's any that are like amazing enough that I'm like, oh, we need to duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate Preserved Thorns. Again, that lets me get 3 draws, essentially, 3 free spells. All right, so we can get Cultivating 3, which draws us more cards, has a lot of defense, or we could go up to Bristling for Spikes 10. Nope, we're going to go Cultivating 3. We're going to go all in on this Cultivating. Drawing cards is what we want to be doing, where we want to be at. Enemy units enter with Spell Shield 2, absorb the next spell damage for 400 coins. The problem is then all of our consumes get really, really bad. And the cheap torches are okay, but we have to spend 2 torches on them. I'm not going to turn this on. The 400 coin seems really good. We've got a lot of coin, and if we don't spend all of that, it'll be been a fight for nothing. I don't want to give up Pyre for that. So we're just going to go without it. No trial for us this time. I know we're wimping it up, huh? Okay, what are we going to do here? We are going to go with a Sentient and a Rail Beater. I don't really want to consume, and I don't want to play my Impish Scholar. So I think that's fine. Not a great hand there. We've got to get our Sentient out so we can start drawing that extra card. There we go. I do like Husk Hermit. We could play the Molting Imp here, but he will die. If we Husk Hermit and Molting Imp, yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We have to get some things on this field. And let's look down here. We'll do that. Branded Warrior seems really good to add to that field. We will Spreading Spores. The spikes are always really good. We will regen here. I don't know that we want to consume anything just yet. So we do have one guy that right now is going to make it to the top. We'll see if we want to put any defenses up there to stop him. Well, if we even draw anything. So we can channel song. But the only things we have to draw, I think, are imps. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't know that we want to channel song and imp, although it makes for a more interesting imp. So we're gonna summon a hollow, a branded warrior. We are gonna channel song. And we'll apply the imp here. That sounds fun. Steel enhancer here. We'll regen here. And then we'll decide if we need to consume anything. I mean, we don't, but I do want to get rid of this multi-strike. No, it buffs enough things. We'll consume one here. Actually, I lied. I'm going to consume all of them. And the reason being, this guy, I don't want him to take extra damage. And now my 5 consumed cards, I have a better chance of getting 2 torches back if I do play the other guy, because getting channel song back is kind of meh on that. So let's see. I think we can kill this guy. We want to keep rejuvenating our top floor guy. Our bottom floor guy is pretty good right now. Takes a bit of damage, sure, but he dishes out a lot of damage with all these spores and spikes and that sort of thing. So yeah, we're gonna restore here, restore. We're gonna sting. Assume this is gonna let us just draw ridiculous amounts of cards next turn, which we might just end up drawing them all, and then we can do whatever we want. Stinging him doesn't kill him, so he's still going to get his attack in. So I think I'll just sting here, minimize his health, and I'm going to restore here just to keep his regen up. As he's not getting attacked. Worried about my husk, but I'm also worried about this guy here. So many problems. Okay, so we got a respite. Yeah, we did get to draw most of our other cards. Alright, so we're going to apply 12 here. I'm going to go for a free spell. Free spell to draw. Okay, so our dead weights are gone. That's fine. Use that. We are going to Impish Scholar just to see what we can get back. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if we have any other creatures in our deck, so we don't. I don't know that any of this matters. let's end the turn. We'll just save that last one. Dealing that extra damage to him, it doesn't really matter. There was nothing else to get it. This is our final wave. So let's see what we can do. We've got all these stings. I think just because that gives him double strike, we're gonna take that down. I don't need to torch. We can sting, 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 sting. Give him the holdover. Give him spreading spores. We'll restore your health, and we'll torch because we can, and then we'll draw a bunch of cards. And I think we said this is gonna finish him off. Our sentient will die, but so it's. Restoring retreat, focused growth. Tempted to draw this custodian just because we do need more creatures. The focused growth at 2 feels a little bit expensive, but I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Yeah, we don't really have armor this round, so none of those cards look good for us. We'll go on. I think this is... Is this it? This is the last realm before the final here. So our decisions here matter. Yeah, I think we're going to go this way and Hellvent. The gold, and we've upgraded a lot of our spells. The vortex we don't have anything to do with. So we're gonna go here. We're going to see what we can do as far as a unit. Alright, Frenzy Stone. Multi-strike on the sweeps is usually good. I also want to try and give it to somebody that's not gonna die. So we will give it to him. 25 health, I think, makes the most sense here. We could... There's lots of places we could put this. The Rail Beater is also a good option. I think the Awoken Hollow is typically being one of the our out front units. And then I think what we'll do is we'll also upgrade Husk Hermit Multi-Strike with extra attack. And that's gonna do us something good. Alright, let's Hellvent. And here is where what we're gonna duplicate. I think is another Husk Hermit. We want a 2-slot character. With all of our 1s and our extra slot space, I think that's the most interesting. He's kind of a most likely to die as well. Channel Song makes it more interesting to have another one. Channel Songing one of those Husk Hermits sounds really good. He had the best stuff. And let's go to our merchant for our random trinkets. Merchant costs are reduced. Well, that's not really going to be helpful. Sketches of Salvation is interesting. Summon 4 random units from your deck on the middle floor. I really like having the control of the setup with what we've got, and so I don't know that I want to do that. I will grab the Pyre Wall. Since we have, what, 280 coins left, I'm going to do a reroll here. This would be really good early on. Like, some of these are definitely good. Our Pyre getting some extra health could be good. I'm going to try not to get to relying on the Pyre to defeat our units here. This is the last battle. And Sting, we have a bunch of those Sting spells and the things that give us stings. So I think that's what we're going to take that. Uses up all of our coins. We've got a nice full deck, and here we go. Can we do this one? Seraph attacks every turn, applies melee weakness to your front unit, and gains attack on rally and incant. Okay. Yep. Okay, so we're just gonna do what we can to survive, finish this off. Seraph is gonna be pain in our butts, but that's fine. This is a terrible starting hand, in my opinion, but that's okay. We've got to play what we've got, so we're gonna do that and that. I don't think dealing the damage does enough. I'm gonna just restore his health since he starts a little low. We do get good extra draw. Which I guess I'll put here. Just deal the 2 damage since we have the torch there, and we will. So that is, I guess, the downside of having a larger deck, is we're less likely to get all of our units early on like we've done in the past. Sure. Okay, so we've got 1 slot there, which we can put this fledgling imp to give us some rage. I think what we'll do, I mean, that's a lot of damage that we've got. We've got options of what we want to do, and I think what we want to do with our 3 spells is play three units. We do get to draw. Okay, drawing a dead weight is fine here because it's better than a 1 cost that we can't play. And I think we are going to put both of our Husk Hermits here just to deal massive amounts of damage on that level. This guy out front is a little bit in danger, but I'm not too worried about what we're getting here. We've got to survive some waves, but also getting to deal tons and tons of damage to our boss before anything else. So I want to spikes. I want to draw that card. um, is the reason I'm kind of trying to think about... Yeah, he will die, so I think I'm going to consume that to keep him alive. There we go. So we'll use focused growth. So if I put out the warrior, he just dies here. We're going to consume... this so that he dies. And we'll torch here. So again, if I put out my branded warrior, he will just die to this attack here. And since the incant gives him extra, like, we're just going to try and, again, wait until we've got... We're eating up some of our consumes early on the boss, because, again, we just need to kill the boss. Go. And I'd like to try and get something. So like Channel Song will be a really good card. That's gonna give us something up here we can do. Sting is interesting. Draws us a dead weight, that's fine. Restore here. Restore here. Restore here. Reserve Thorns. That we take an extra damage, but I think just dealing the damage so that we can get through and start beating on the boss again as soon as possible is our goal here. And yuck, how did this guy, did he have haste or something, or he just jumps up here? I don't know. Alright, so we'll sting him. We want to spreading spores here because, again, this is what's gonna be fighting our boss. It's really unfortunate if he's gonna die. But we're gonna sting, consume. If he's gonna die anyways, we might as well just spend our energy dealing as much damage to him as possible. And kind of, unfortunately, abandoning that third level. We'd like to be in a position where we can, at very least, our pyre can finish off the boss before we die. Oi, 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 oi. Okay, so let's... Focused growth seems good. Restore seems good. Steel enhancer seems good. Restore there seems good. Okay, so we've got one. gonna do this to return 2 of these, hoping for 2 torches. We only got the 1 torch. Again, he's gonna die anyways, so I might as well just... You can have an extra damage, and we'll take out as much on you as we can. This is our, I think, the last turn before we are gonzos. So we want to think about what we want to do, but not really too hard. Because I know I want to regen. Yeah, his is going to go up again, but we're trying to get through as many people as possible to just... not... die. So those are all 2s. 2 doesn't seem like it does much. So... I think we'll keep the Molting Imp. I don't have any... Yeah, no reason to play that and grow his power. This one's going to be a little close, which I guess is good for the final battle. I'd like to feel a little bit more secure. I wish my Sentient didn't die. It would have been nice to have him for one last turn. We're going to Spreading Spores here because we just need the spikes. We're gonna Branded Warrior there. Spreading Spores. Restore. Sting. Sting. And see what we get. This is it here. Do get to kill off all of the enemies. We're bridging the boss down to 300. Drawing these dead weights is not good. Let's Channel Song. Molting Imp up here. That kills him. We will restore damage here. We will apply a Spreading Spores. We will Sting. We'll do a Restore. We'll do a Torch. Turn. I'd like to bring him... He's doing 70, that's 2 hits to our Pyre. And our Pyre does how much? 40, so we need to bring him down under 40. I don't know if we can do it. just short. Oh, another tough run right to the end by a couple of points. Well, we got some level ups. I'm trying to think if we had kept his attack down under 70. We could have got 2 hits in, but we still only had him at 85, so it still was really close. I wonder if we should have just taken the plans and gotten 4 random units to start with, especially since with so many cards in our deck, we don't always start with lots of units. It was a good run. I'm a little bit bummed out about how that ended. Kind of like our last one. Not as bad as the last one, I think. We had a chance till the end, just we really didn't draw in the right order. I'd like to think, 6 times out of 10, our deck would have beaten that level, but we only get the one shot at it. So who knows? Let's see, we've unlocked some cards. Okay, Bramble Lash. Thorn Casing. Sting spells get plus 10 magic power and piercing. And you unlock the Exiled Champion for this clan. You can now choose to start runs with this champion and their starter card. Okay. Oh, Hellhorned went up. Alright, ascend a unit and apply Dazed 2. Start of turn, add a random imp unit to a hand. And then the Shardtail Queen. So we got a couple of levels here. We opened some new champions. Unlocked a few new cards. And we did get to explore the cultivating levels of our sentience. So we can... Maybe we'll get some explosive and some bristling sometime. And we'll come back for another. We've seen a lot more of our artifacts. They're fun. We did not, unfortunately, get a victory here. So we'll have to try it again, go for another run. We did get Summon Triggers 39 and Imp's Blade, so we do get these records. The game has a good way of, I know we've played it before and I really like it, and I'll keep playing it. The game has a good way of kind of rewarding you or making you feel like, at least early on, maybe, I don't know how many records and things there are, but a number of times, even though we lose, we level up, we get records. We did, pretty good on this. We got some bonus points on that. So, and then this was our final deck. These 3 dead weights, I don't know. I still think that artifact was worth it, but they did kind of hurt when we didn't end up those last couple turns. If we had been able to draw 10 or 12 cards of all the stings and really get to the boss, we could have done it. So that's why I say, as I think 6 out of 10 times we would have beat that challenge. So it's better than the other one where I think no matter what we did on our deck, couldn't have beat the final boss in the previous run. This one I feel like was a good deck, a good setup, and just didn't do the right draws and some things to do that. So, all right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us as we did another Monster Train. Wanted to play this game a little bit more, and I'd been neglecting it for a while. So if you have any comments, leave them there. Tell us what you think, how we could have managed that last boss a little bit better, what we could have done to maybe slow down and think a few um, more plays through to keep him from getting out of control. Otherwise, like the video, subscribe to our channel if you like these videos and you want to see more things like this, or leave any comments of what you want to see and let us know. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and we'll see you next time.